Yes, can you hear me now? Yeah, I guess you can hear me now. We can start our stream.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I guess you can hear me now. We can start our stream.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I guess you can hear me now. We can start our stream.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Okay, this stream is about learning programming.
Yeah, I guess you can hear me now. We can start our stream. Yes, can you hear me now?
Okay, this stream is about learning. So, so let's start. So,
So let's start. So,
so I want to have a quick check about because I know some of you this might be the first time you start
I want
programming.
to have a quick check about because some of you this might be the first time you start programming. I want to have a quick check about because
But let me know if my sound has no echo in it,
the first time
because I can hear myself.
but let me know if my sound has no echo in it because I can hear myself.
Okay, now figured out. So we are going to start our class, and we are going to learn about computer programming. And this class will be like we start from scratch and we walk you through how computer program works step by step. So at the end of maybe some times we can classify people according to how experience they have about computer programming. But right now we start from scratch for absolutely beginners. So I want to just do a quick introduction of what is a computer program. So basically, a computer program is a piece of code that you write for computer to hear or listen what the commands you want to give it. So basically, the way it works is that there is instructions you need to write to a computer, and then those instructions are translated to the uh, computer language from which a computer can hear and understand and be able to process your instructions. So, so that is the basics of what is a computer program is and how it works. So, a computer program really, a computer doesn't understand the English or Swahili or any other form of language, but a computer understand zeros and one. So that's why at the end of the day, when whatever you write language, it's going to translate into zero and one, from which a computer can understand. So there is different languages that you can write your program to. Some of them are, for example, uh, PHP, Java, JavaScript, there's many computer programming language you can use when you want to write a computer program. So without much, so for this class, specifically we'll be using PHP. But after classifying the users and how you want to run and how you advanced you are, we'll be having the class for Java, we'll be having the class for So I lost you a little bit. So please, if you can join again, we can continue. Hello. And what is basically a computer program. So I was explaining that with how computer program works. So like in a normal world where you have where, where you have like when you want to write a document like Excel document or Word document, you need the type of software to help you do the job. So in computer program, we need that tool, the same tool to help us to write the codes for us. And that's where we need the code editor. So what we call the code editor. So something you see on screen here is called code editor and it is called the VS Code. So it will be the first tool you will have to download in order to learn how to write a computer program. So today I'm not going to go in a full process of how the installation works and so forth. So I'm going to give you a rough introduction of what we need and how we are going to get them in order to start coding. So now we need a code editor. So that's where you wrote your code in order for computer to process your code and translate them into zeros and one. Because as I said, the computer doesn't understand the English, Swahili, French. So it doesn't understand all of that. So you need to understand some specific language that is generally for computers, and this language is zeros and one. So you are not going to write zeros and one. Absolutely, you're going to have a language such as PHP or Java. Those are different languages. We have many different languages. So in this course, we start by PHP because I believe it's just a simple. Um, so I can see someone has posted has a problem with video. Let me see. Is the problem of video solved? So let me know if the problem of video is solved. Yeah. Can you see the video now? Let me know in a comment if the problem is fixed. Yeah. So now we need a VS Code, which is a code editor. So now, because we are going to use PHP, we also need to download the language uh, and include it or put it on our computer. And we are going to require XAMPP, which is a bundle, if I can say, it's a bundle of PHP. Like you cannot code PHP if you don't have XAMPP. So there's XAMPP and WAMP. So you can use either of one, but you can use XAMPP. That's what I'll be using for this course. So yes, and the other things I wanted to say is how we are going to learn. So because this course will be, the intention of it is just to translate you, like if you are not a software engineer, is to help you to be a software engineer. And there is something you need to be having, like you need to have a computer. I can see that if you have joined the stream, you can now, let's see. Yeah, so let me know if you. I'm waiting for people to join actually, because I cannot talk to myself. So let me know if you are here, so we can continue learning. Yes. So and we are going now to start coding, but for today's session would be like introduction, because tomorrow now we go through the full process of like downloading XAMPP, having the composer, because the composer would be another things we would need. It's just today was like more of introduction and more of like understanding how the class is going to be structured and how we are going to be able to interact. What are the tools you need? And so let me share the download link, the VS Code. Okay, so I think that could be good. So I'm going to share the tools that we will need. So that by the next class you have downloaded them and you have installed them. So the first tool is this, the VS Code. You can see that in the comment I have also included that. And also, we are going to use the XAMPP. I said, so those are the tools that we are going to use. The first is the VS Code editor. So where we are going to write our code, and that is what you see on the screen. After installing, that's what you should see on screen. And we are going to need Apache XAMPP. So this tool is going to help us to be able to write PHP code for the computer, right? Then we are going to require the composer. So let me see the composer. So what is composer? So the composer is going to help us to like, so in programming, you are not going to write everything from scratch. So there is something you need, and someone has already done that that things for you. So the way you do it, you are going to include that in you're going to include that in your project, and it's going to help you to be productive because you're not going to do the same work that someone has already done. So that's where the composer is going to help us. So even though we are going to use it in future, but it's better if you have it and you have installed it for for us to get a good start. So the third link is just the composer. So these are three things we need in order for us to start coding. So now it's a time I can receive your comments and or questions you have. So if you have a question, so please put it down this video on this live stream so I can see how I can answer that, because those are the core concept of like what we need in order for us to get started with this class. Okay, I think there's no question at all, and we can now, if like no questions, we can now call it a day because like the class would be taking no more than 30 minutes. Just because I know you are busy, and sometimes when we're starting, we just don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of things to do. I think the three things we need to do, which is installing the VS Code, getting the Apache installed, and getting the XAMPP installed. That is the basic things we need to get started. Then after that, we can start coding. We can start writing codes, and yeah. Let me know. Please let me know if you have any questions before we call it a day. So because I know this process of installing the tools we need will take some time, but I want to help you. I want to walk you through the process and how it can be done. And yeah, please let me know if you have any question. I'll be happy to help. I'll be happy to help. Yeah, so we can call it a day, and we'll be back after. Today is Friday, so that will be Sunday at 8. So because like the class is at every 2 days, and we'll be doing like it like every 2 days, we'll be having the stream at 8. So if you see this stream as in like it has ended, so please feel free to watch it and see the note these two, so that the next class will be you'll be ready to go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to end the stream right now because like I see like all the people has already left. So see you next time in the class. Ciao.